Hello, my name is Boyd Hammond, and today I'll be discussing with you the benefits of utilizing junkyards. Now, this is an area that I have some experience with. As you can see, my garage looks somewhat of a bit of a junkyard itself. I have various elements within it that make up three properties of which I've identified that are core traits of a junkyard, and three purposes that these define. It is the ability for economic activity to be stimulated where there is none, which is taking goods that are being thrown away and repurposing them to be resold. Another area that it has would be the recycling of hazardous chemicals such as oils or fluids that are bad for the environment and disposing of them properly. Another way, lastly, would be extending the lifespan of goods, which would be taking goods out of the junkyard that are able to be used again for environmental reasons. Now, I have some piles of different things. These are all elements of junkyards. I have fluids, I have metals that can be reused, engines that can be reused, and also items that I sell online. And these are the core principles of some of the reasons, which I'll go into depth, starting with the ability to reuse goods and extend a lifespan, which is separate than my concept of reselling goods. Is it engages in the environmental policy behind or reasons behind why it's used. That is, rather than getting rid of and eliminating or taking out of use these finite resources that we have, such as precious metals like aluminum or copper or tin, you're extending their lifespan. And doing this is a good way to help prevent the waste as well as the pollution that these materials cause. Such factors like these can make a very big difference on the overall energy usage of the creation of new materials. For example, at Smart Auto Recycling, a website within medium.com, 1 ton of aluminum is described as offsetting the energy demands of 12 households for an entire year. If you think about that, that's just 1 ton of aluminum. So it really makes a big difference. Coming into my second topic, which is of course related to the other topics, but unique in the overall implications behind it, would be the importance of recycling goods so that you're able to remove chemicals such as petroleum products or other refined products that damage the environment and get into waterways, which can be very damaging for the earth, and as well as leading to consequences from government agencies. It is, of course, in places such as California or where I'm living in Germany, there are strict policies based upon following these principles, such as here, a lot of tin and plastic has to be recycled. And for example, Jackson Lilly of mytravelly.com describes how old cars which sit in people's backyards all throughout the world, they leak fluids into the ground, into wastewater, and harm ecosystems. Overall, it's just a bad policy and demonstrates another use of these junkyards. Well, the last thing, which of course comes up through the triangle which I've described, would be the economic benefits and the increased efficiency, which goes hand in hand with the pollution and the reusing of it, is the efficiency you gain from, rather than throwing away an item and not getting any money for it, you're able to resell it. Such as this axle, it's from a car that I threw away, but it still works. So by reselling it, you're able to reduce pollution, which is my second point. You're able to increase the lifespan of goods, which is the third point, and you're able to make your money stretch further by selling it online. You could use things such as eBay to privately list your goods, or you could sell it to people in person, or you could sell it to potentially even junkyards or other methods of resale. To recap on what I've described, there's the recycling benefits, which are increasing the lifespan of goods, decreasing the environmental waste through the use of these junkyards, and increasing the monetary efficiency of your time and of course of the money through reselling your goods. The three items being interrelated shows the overarching nature of these junkyards, which of course includes recycling centers, landfills, and junkyards for cars and other mechanical goods. I think that by considering these, you can understand the importance of how it can have a greater effect on the world. So instead of just throwing things away, think about the greater overall cycle, the cycle of life. Thank you.